Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my jbird. And this is remembering 1976 and the 1977 when I first learned how to play chess and created my opening and my theory back in 77. Started in 76. At the end of 76, I just getting the pieces out, and we might have played one game or two, and he's teaching me how to even play this game with these cheap plastic chess sets, the ugliest pieces of chess. You couldn't even read the pieces. That's how bad they were. But anyway, in 77 was the real deal going down. And short, long lived. And I'm still played the same way I did back then today. And with the jbird that I created and played and won with. And it's been with me ever since. And that's the way I play my chess and how I move my pieces around. Now, I'm in white. And this is called Jaybird's Wings, Knight's Waiting, Knight's Queen, Rook Knight Castle to bot 1600. No errors, no assistance, no help of any kind to beat this bot, and it's game 29, and let's get down to it. With a d3, e5, b3, d5, b2, d6, e3, d4, pass e4, h6, g3, a5, and g2. There's your jaybird's wings. Now, I did mention before, he did open up his pieces like this one time, but I'm not sure exactly what he put in the middle. And then he castled one of the ways, but he moved his pieces up. And he did this and performed it. I said, well, and I do remember this game. I do remember it. And then he started playing some of my theory, and he opened up already with my theory and played the game like that too. I do remember that. After g2, g4, I push f3, d7, g4. Now here's where things go crazy. This thing goes off the handle for no reason. After g4, he goes f5. I don't know for what reason. It no game strategy, no attack. What's going on here? After f5, I take f5, and then he goes, takes f5. All right, I don't see it. Takes f5, takes f5. It still don't even hurt my setup here. After that, I go h3, and then I said I want to trade these pieces down. You're going to be like that? Let's go. Let's just get chopped. After h3, d7, takes f5, takes f5, knight e up, d2, e7, e2. This is the knight's waiting position. As I said, you can bring your pieces up to go, and even if you were in the knight's bird or the knight's queen, it won't matter. It's still, your knights can go in a waiting position to go up, to come back, to go around, down, and around, back down, to back up. So that's why I call it the knight's waiting, because it's really universal. These knights can go right to left, right to back, the front. After e2, h3, g3, castles, and e2. There's your knight's queen. After e2, d7. I mean, he has nothing. I don't see anything. There's nothing here. I don't see it. I castle, and there's your rook knight castle, the knight over the rook. Okay, a4. Knight e up, cemented in e4. It looked good, so I put it up. I looked at this a little bit. Okay, if you pass, I'm going to go down in here. No problem. If you take, I'll take. You can't get back in this square. I can always slide the king over. And let's see what happens. After e4, he goes back e6. I was still thinking, well, no, he's got to get, a lot's got to happen here before he can make anything work here. And I see a way out if I had to. After e6, go f1. He goes h8. I go f2. Takes b3. Takes b3. Knight e c5. Still, I don't see no major threat unless he had to come over here. Still, I don't see it. And then maybe bring the queen here then to breathe the bishop down and really start an attack. So that's 1, 2, 3 moves to do that. After c5, I'm doubled up already. f1. He brings down a rook. a2, f4, but I start my attack. g6, g5. Then he just went nuts. I said, what is this? I says, maybe here I thought maybe he really does got something, but I still didn't see it. b3, b3 takes. Why he didn't come down to take it? I'd come up here and throw a check. It wouldn't be looking too good. See, the queen could come here and say check, or I'd have to calculate it, but I didn't calculate it too much because he didn't go down here. And then I always have this here. So either way, well, see, and then look, you got to be careful. He could have something here. So he only went here. He didn't leave. And then I would have to really calculate this. Maybe he does have something and I don't know it. Maybe I can't leave this. Maybe I have to push the pawn and then work my way this way. After d5 takes, that's why I took it. I didn't let it go no further. e5 check, takes e5, takes e5, takes g5. And I wasn't even worried about the knight because I was already up a knight from the begin with. And then he went crazy on that knight. So I wasn't even worried about the pieces. After that, I was just worried about if there really was something going on. That's why I went down here and traded off quick. After g5, b1, a8, check, f8, takes f8, takes a2. I take that one. The knight's defending this one. e8, takes d4, d8, e4, threaten the bishop, e7, c5, threaten the bishop, a8 check, b2, takes c5, takes c5, b6, e6, e8, check f8, take f8, take f8, g8, and you can see now I'm in a winning position. After g8, e6, c5, c3, h5, c4, f7, g5, e7, b5, d7, takes b6, d8, takes c5, e7, d5, d7, d4, e7, c5, e8, d5. Now we're just taking this, practicing my pawns here. After d5, d8, b4, d7, b5, h4, b6, c8, c6, h3, d6, d8, e6, e8, takes h3, g5, takes g5, d8, h4, e8, b7, f8, queen, g7, e4, g6, g8, check, f5, e7, takes e4, queen, d3, g3, c2, e2, c1, g1, and that's game. Now, I wasn't going to push all those pawns down and get a queen. Sometimes I do. I have fun with the program when I'm on assistance, but not so much. Maybe once in a while I go a little bit too far, but I just want to know that I have control of these pawns. It's a good thing to get practicing with these end games. I got some cool end games, I guess, with pawns and knights with a 2100. I don't know why he pushed that up. I don't know why he did that. I don't see it. He's, no matter, just to, I don't know. You go down a whole night, and so you go up a pawn, and then that's when I wanted to trade pieces. I knew I had to do that. Don't let him up to do anything. And I knew here, where's he going to go? Here? Where'd I go? Here? What's he going to do? And I wasn't scared if he goes here. I was not scared whatsoever. See, this protects that, so I would have went up with the queen, I think. So if we would have went down, we're either trading, and then I artificially castle and run the rook over the other way. The knight's here. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe run the bishop down. He could have done that instead of the castle, you know. But now I put the queen up, and then I castle, and now after that, it's all history now. He didn't really start no attack. His attacks were like that, just chopped up, you know. And this game looks all scrappy. Sometimes they play higher than what they are, and sometimes they just play like this. But it's good practice. 1600s. But like I said, lately they've been playing hard. Like, I mean, top level, man. I mean, like a 1600s playing more like a 2000. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy. But the game went like this. Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we're going to have some more Remembering 76 and the 77.